say, if it's not one thing, it's always another. So here we are. I'm so glad to be here, but I'm on my second try. So hopefully, make sure you say hello and let me know that you are here. Even if you're watching on the replay, say hello. Tell me where you're watching from. Today I'm going to do I was thinking a 4th of July t-shirt. I went thrift sailing the other day and found two cute little 4th of July dresses for my grandbaby daughter, my youngest, and then my little boy one. I found another t-shirt that was 4th of July. We have a big 4th of July doings here in Idaho in our small town for 3 days. So we always like to try to dress up for 3 days in the 4th of July look. So I don't know. Tell me, do you get a 4th of July t-shirt going, or do you try to dress up for the day? Let me know. Yes, say yes. I dress or I dress. Because I'd love to hear if you do celebrate the 4th of July by dressing in it. So it's just kind of fun because we have 3 days of parades, 3 days of rodeos in town. It's right down the street from me. And they have races and all kinds of things. So it's just a fun family-oriented thing. So if I can find the shirts to go for my grandkids, kind of fun for them to have their own. And, you know, it's busy times for my granddaughter or my daughter, so it's hard for her to get her own t-shirts. But anyway, I could not find anything for my 4-year-old granddaughter, so I thought I would make it today. This one might be a little big. It's a 4T, but it might be okay because she needs longer. So I'm using pink, which is not in the 4th of July, but that's what I happen to have on hand. Whenever I go to the craft stores, I will pick up a couple of t-shirts in their sizes so that I kind of have them on hand so I can make them some fun t-shirts. So that's what we're going to use. This is just a t-shirt that I got at the you can use thrift store ones at the craft store. And we're going to start out with a matte. We came out with this, Chalk Couture came out with this nice new size. It's an ink matte in 9x12, and it's perfect for t-shirts and really perfect for kids' shirts. So if you're trying to do some inking, this is the way to go. I'm pretty excited about it. First time I'm using it. But I've been, I had some inspiration. So if you haven't been watching, I've done a lot of like food-based, I've been trying to use a lot of the Tiffany Thiessen transfers, and she's got everything kind of food-based. So that being said, I'm not like a cook or anything, so it's hard for me to come up with ideas and what to do with these food-based ones. So I feel like I've been stumped for using the new transfers. So this is an ink matte. Oops, I'm going to put this in first without the with the cover on. Keep all the packaging because you want to put the mat back in the packaging once you're done. And we're going to put this in with the cover on it so that we can get it placed and then peel it off, because otherwise it sticks really hard to the t-shirt, especially when they're new. And this mat, if you keep it clean after you're done doing things, you can just keep using it over and over and over again. So anyway, we're just going to get it in here and get the mat off of it. Put it in there first. Well, that didn't work so good. And just get it stuck in there. I love these mats. You could use a piece of cardboarding if you're making a t-shirt. Make sure you say hello. Thank you for the thumbs up. If this summer, I usually during the school year, I go live every Tuesday every Monday and Thursday afternoon. It's just not going to be that. Mondays have been getting away from me this summer, so we're on summer schedule. I'm just going to be going here and there. However, I will try to go live at least once or twice a week, sometimes more. So hit that little bell, the notifications button, so that I can, you'll get a notification whenever I do go live. So hopefully that will get you out there. Got a wrinkle in the back that's keeping the front. It's not stuck, it's just wrinkled up. It's not folded nicely. Okay, so we got that on, and this is the transfer I'm going to use. Another Tiffany Chalk Couture and Tiffany Thiessen collab, and it is called Brain Freeze. Isn't that the cutest? Oh my goodness. So cute, but I'm not going to use all of these on this shirt, and we're going to do a little twist on it. We're going to do red, white, and blue popsicles, because I thought that would just be adorable. I did get some inspiration from a girlfriend of mine. And then my daughter was giving her input. So there's all these different kinds of popsicles here. My daughter said, you got to do the bomb pop. You got to do this one. I was thinking this one, but that one looks really super long. So I'm not sure placement wise. Maybe I'll just do these three right here because they're nice and evenly spaced. I like things in odd numbers. When you do decor, they say odd numbers are the best because they just look appealing to the eye, I guess. I think I'm going to use a brighter red. I had pulled out Love Struck, which was a color of the month, and now I'm changing my mind. That's the cool thing about crafting, is that you can totally change your mind as much as you want, right up until, and even after you do it, create it. There it is. I got a little bit left in one. And then I thought I would combine in another transfer with it. I think I'm just going to put Sweet. I was trying to come up with something clever as far as, you know, something else to put on the transfer. Even though this is our first time using this transfer, maybe I could do... maybe all three will fit. Or all four. You know who I am. Like I said, I like to do odd numbers, but maybe in this case, we will just go ahead and do more. I think this will be cute. I know this one kind of looks like a bomb pop, so I'm trying to come up with, are bomb pops red, white, and blue? I don't know. Got that a little crooked. I'm eyeballing it. Kind of excited about doing all these. So I plan on doing a brown. We're using ink for this. And I'm planning on doing brown for the cones and the sticks. I'm just going to keep it kind of simple. I could go with a lighter one, but we have bark that comes in this. So we're just going to go ahead and go with the bark. We'll see how it turns out. You could change your mind. You could always mix a couple of colors together, but that's what I'm going to go with. The cool thing about using ink is that it's non-toxic, so kids could even do this if you wanted to. But also you can mix them, and if you're, you know, ink isn't exactly what you want, make your own, kind of make your own colors. We have so many colors now of the ink. So impressive. I maybe making a mess out of this. Who knows? I don't want to go over the lines. I'm trying to stay in the lines. But I'm not real great at that. I am, however, excited to show this to my... I think this is a great idea. I'm really excited. So I'm thinking about putting the word sweet underneath it. That was what my thought was. So we'll see how we get with creating. But I'm going to do the ice cream first, and then we'll kind of go from there. Ink, you could take your time to do it. You don't have to rush or, you know, be done. Like sometimes with chalk, you want to do it quickly because you don't want it to dry up in the transfer. Although you don't want to go outside the lines. All right, I'm going to just put that right back in. We'll use that later on. And of course, shut our ink so it doesn't dry up. So easy to use. And I am going to try to get some of this off because I am sort of leaking onto the shirt there. And I think by wiping this excess off, it might help me not get brown more in the place where I don't want it. And I think we did it. So I could see like I got a little bit of edge, but it's going to be okay. So I'm thinking this one is going to be red. And then I'm going to do red on top, and then one of these are going to be red. And then this one, I think I'm going to do blue and white. Since this one's going to be all red, this one will be blue and white. Granted, the bark would be a good chocolate if you wanted to do chocolate. Hopefully you can see this here. I'll put you down a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. So summer is in full swing, finally. The last week of school was last week. And I am like at the end of my ink here, and we've just got bits and pieces. Can you see that? It's so this is a permanent ink, so you want to be careful. You don't want to get it on places around your the on your fabric. Like if you get your finger in it, you don't want to put your fingerprint all over. So just keep checking your hands to make sure that you don't have it somewhere. But I'm going to open up a new, this is Candy Apple Red. And like I said, I was thinking about using Love Struck, but I kind of like the brighter color because I'm using a brighter, I think it's called Bright Blue is the blue color. Also was a color of the month color. So fun color. This week we've opted, I've been doing a farmer's market in Kuski, Idaho. It looks like Kuskia. And, ooh, where is that bird? It sounds like it's in my camper. I sure hope not. Seems like the birds are getting into everything this year. And the squirrels, I guess. We had a squirrel kind of eat through our roof line on what used to be the garage, but now it's like attached to the rest of the house. So I was thinking about just kind of putting these bits into, I don't know if I want to mix those bits in though, because they're pretty dried out. I was gonna just put it in. Maybe I'll wait till the end here and stick that in later. All right. Put that out of my way so I don't get myself in a mess. Okay, I'm gonna use the tool. Well, I'm going to use a small, I'm probably going to use the tool, and I'm going to use a mini squeegee for this because I want to do this one in red. And the fun thing about doing a pink shirt is that now I can use red, white, and blue in the ink colors. Here I thought I was all ready to go and then realized that I maybe would prefer the candy apple is a little bit brighter color. I'll show you in a minute here. Just trying to get up here, get all the spaces. There we go. The ink does soak into your shirt, so you're not going to have it. It is definitely going to soak in. So sometimes, you know, like it might have a little bit of area for whatever reason it doesn't, you know, soak in right or consistently. And that is, I think it's something they put in the t-shirts, to be honest. Okay. Oh, I was going to show you that other one. So this is Love Struck, and it's just a little deeper red, whereas this is kind of a brighter red. So you could use either one, whatever you have on hand. It's kind of pretty. It's one of those times, a lot of times I like to use the deeper red, so we're just gonna be very careful here, and depending on how it goes, well, I think I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. There we go. Top part is red, and then because I think this is blue and white, I'm gonna do this one red. I'm telling you, that bird sounds like it's inside. I'm in my 1953 Airstream camper, and it sounds to me like the bird is either in my air conditioner or the chimney. I don't know. I hope that's at least where they are and that they can't get in. We don't want it inside. All right, so there's my 3 places of red. I'm going to wash this tool off so I don't get it anywhere. And then I'm going to get a nice clean wipe so that I can wash my hand. I think I left my wipes open again. If you've watched any of my videos lately, you've probably seen me. Hello. Is it, oh, Beck Zod Beck. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I murdered that. Hello, hello. Thank you for saying hello. Do you guys, you probably, here in the United States, we celebrate 4th of July. It's a big holiday here. And in our town in particular, we have what's called Border Days. Okay, so white is the next color here. And so I am going to do white in the middle, bright white. And then I think this one, maybe this one could have, maybe because there's not, like, ice cream is, like, white ice cream is usually kind of a off-white color, like, I guess French vanilla. More is what I'm thinking about. I'm just taking my time trying to get it within the lines. There's so many things you could do with this. Like, you could make a bag, anything with the popsicles, really. I think it would be cute. We had a set of popsicles last year in our line. Oops. Now, I spread red. Red is always kind of one of those colors. It's hard not to get it spread all over, so. And I've done it. So we've got little red in our white ice cream here. There we go. And I am going to just wipe that off in the napkin because I had some red in there. So I don't know if you could see that. I'm going to hold it upside down. I got a little red going on there. And I think what I'm going to do, this white is kind of dry. Oh, that actually worked a little bit. So I just kind of like rubbed it in so it's a little more pinkish. And then we're going to grab white and just try to go over it. We'll see. And then let's get some, oh, definitely get some red going in all of my white. Maybe I should have started with white. And if you're worried about that, I'm actually going to take a paintbrush, I think, and try to get that to, try to get this to obey me. If that makes sense. Try to get this, I'm going to get myself a little bit of distilled water. This is a little bit dry. And see if I can't just paint over it a little bit. Maybe a little too much. If you have edges, you could certainly use a paintbrush with your chalks and your inks to just get it to go in the right place. It just helps to kind of have a little bit cleaner line. But, it, you know, in this case, I kind of got that watered down. So we gotta, I did that with this too, this shirt. When I made Snoopy, I made it too watered down at first. So I had to come back and repaint it so that it was thicker. I watered it down too much the first time. My white is definitely dry. Okay. Again, I'm going to wipe it off, and I think I'm just going to continue on with this way of painting, and I'm going to do just this bottom section in white. So we got red over here and then white and blue on this one. A little bit of water. It's pretty thick in there. I'm going to have to add some water to this before I shut it up. If your pastes or your inks turn too thick, they're water-based, so you can just add water to make it, reconstitute it. That's what I definitely need to do. All right. Go in the spots I want you. You could use that little tool or squeegee to do this as well, but like I said, I'm not good at painting inside the lines. So we're gonna give this a try. All right, before I close this up, I am going to spritz in here with some distilled or purified water and then just let it soak in so that the next time I open it, it should be more moist. Okay. Then finally we're going to use, oh, it's Brilliant Blue. I thought it was Bright Blue. Brilliant Blue. This was color of the month color as well. Okay. Clean up my tools here. I think I'm just going to keep going with the paintbrush technique. It seems to be working out really well. Now, it's okay if you were working with chalk and doing the same pattern, you could totally do this for any signs. It would be really cute for a welcome sign. You just wouldn't be able to take as much time. So you'd want to paste your section and then lift it to reveal it so that it doesn't dry up too much, and then paste, you know, the next section. You just don't want to let it dry, but the ink doesn't pick up with the transfer, like, at least it hasn't in the past. Maybe it will this time, who knows. But generally the ink, it doesn't matter if it dries in the transfer, it's going to be okay. We don't want it to dry too hard because you don't want it, it's going to stain the transfer, but the transfer is reusable. You just need to take it to the sink with regular water and wash it. And you can use a board eraser to scrub at it, or a soft brush. I'm going to start out down here. I have, like, my carpal tunnel has definitely been acting up lately, and so, like, I can't even feel my thumb right now. I think that's carpal tunnel anyway. So if you have arthritis or whatever, the nice thing about this is that I can get nice clean lines and really good looking, you know, pictures on things. I can make these t-shirts and, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm totally okay. Guess I should have done the ice cream cone first. I'm just kind of spreading it. I'm slopping it on here at this point, just making it go on there nice and easy, and then I'll kind of scoop it up at whatever is extra. But I want it to get kind of into the t-shirt. I don't know if you've ever had vinyl t-shirts made and then had the vinyl just come off. It's nice because vinyl you can do like super personalized shirts, and we have fonts too, so you can do that too, but it takes a little more centering and things like that. In fact, I just had somebody contact me for a personal order, and I'm kind of half thinking about, kind of half not thinking about it. All right, so that is our final little color there. That is definitely for keeps there on my brush until I get it to the water. And close up my ink, check my fingers before we go the next to take it off, but I'm kind of excited. This is pretty exciting. What's your favorite kind of popsicle? This is called brain freeze. Do you prefer ice cream or popsicles? Oop, that white. I'm not happy with it. I am going to lay it back down and redo that white. So my white did not work like I would have liked it to work. But everything else looks really good. So I'm going to just peel back this white to double check too. I think it's just too dry. Oh, that one didn't even take. So that's bad. All right, let me see. I need a paintbrush. I guess we won't be doing lettering with the white. That's not working out for me. I think I'm gonna, this is kind of a, I'm hoping this will work. Don't be stubborn now. All right, I'm just gonna take and try to press it in. Hopefully it won't smear. The problem is if you get too much water in it, it does kind of smear outside the line. See? Like that. I'm gonna lift that up. Well, that's not working out perfectly. That's okay. There's no emergencies. We'll just fix it. I'm just going to wipe it off and start over on this portion. Come back to that. And I think, am I out of white? Is that what's going on? think to get this fixed, we're going to have to get my white ink to loosen up. So I need to add some water. So I should have just worked with the consistency first. Okay, so that one looks better. So there's a little tiny bit of water there on that. And then this one, I'm just gonna spray the tool. You kind of use it like a paintbrush on here and just really work the corners well and see if I can't get it to work out better. I think it was just too dry to work with in the first place because I've been having problems. I had the same issue with this and it took me a couple of tries to get it to work. There we go. Check that out. Oh, that blue kind of got that way too. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting a little bit of water on the end of my tool here and using it to push it around. And it's just kind of pushing it through the transfer for me. It's just, I don't know, kind of acting dry. Kind of acting dry. All right. Can get my wipe good and wet here and see if I can't. I had this smearing problem with my Snoopy as well. Actually, it was Woodstock with the yellow. I don't know. I can, you know, like make, oops. Now I got blue involved. Oh boy. I had blue on another part of the wipe and didn't pay attention and got it mixed up. Oh, and look at my hands. Blue. Well, I thought I was doing good here. Got a little over here. I'm not too, but right here I got a little blue. Okay. If you get it like smeared somewhere else, like a little fingerprint or whatever, if you spritz it right away while it's wet, you can usually get it worked off for the most part. So it might not be perfect, but it's pretty good. It's pretty close. And this might be just the matte showing through here, I think. Just doing our best. All right. Like I said, no emergencies here. Okay, we're going to take the tool. I'm going to set this up here so we don't get anything into it. You can see I got a little white ink here. Little pieces. I think it's time to get a white ink out. Where did I thought I had one in here. Must have fallen down. I need to find it. All right, I'm going to get this mixed in. Remember I spritzed this with water, so now I need to get it mixed in because this is really quite dry. You want the consistency of your ink or your paste, both of them, to be about like yogurt consistency. You don't want it to be lumpy like I have. Is that a word? Lumpy, glumpy? Do you guys have a favorite popsicle flavor? What is your favorite flavor? I think I'm kind of partial to grape or blue raspberry. I like blue raspberry a lot. Although Bomb Pops are pretty good. I haven't had one in a while, but they are yummy, yummy in my tummy. It still is pretty thick, so if you want to see this, it's sort of like, it's got like peaks. You don't want it to have that many peaks. You want it so if you stood up why aren't you working? brand new water sprayer and I can't get it to work. It's already working hard for me. Get these down in here. Kind of makes a mess when you... This is why I don't usually mix stuff in, because I don't like the mess, but that's okay. We want to save it. We don't want to lose our paste here, or ink. I have to say, popsicles and ice cream cones, I think they taste the best in the summertime. I'm more fond of ice cream cones. All right, so we are going to try this N one again because it was too watered down. Get it pressed down in the same spot. I just kind of left it there so that it wasn't... I have the same exact spot saved. I don't have to worry about that. And then we will get this re-inked. All right. Kind of a messy tool today. Okay. Try this out. Try not to go over the lines, but yet fill it all in just one more time. Okay. Hopefully that is it. That looks good. This one still has an area where it's not covered. Oops. Fingers. Before you peel, always check your fingers. I know from experience. Okay. Okay. Nice. Yay! So even the mess I'm making, look at this. I am all in this little experiment. So where did my backing? Okay, we got it. So I'm going to put this in the backing, and then I will take this into the house and wash it underwater, and we will be good to go. It's definitely like a five wipe day kind of day. Sometimes it's like that, right? It's just crafting. If you aren't being messy, you aren't having fun, right? Little bit of craft therapy today. All right, try to get the rest of this down and in. I want to save all that we possibly can here. So I'm trying to think. I think I'll do maybe the blue for the lettering. I'm just doing sweet. I thought about, I could do sweet USA. I don't know though. I think sweet is just good enough. And then she can wear this all summer, all year really. It's not just like one time a year. She's certainly, lots of extra around the edge here. I want to get that cleaned off. I might just stick with one color on my... So last week we did, for Father's Day, I had a friend come over with her grandkids, and she used our red and blue on gray shirts, and we did handprints for the fathers, for Father's Day, grandpas and fathers, and made t-shirts of the American flag. So that was really fun. I'll be showing pictures pretty soon here of that. I think I can show you those. All right, get that put away. One more wipe just to get my area cleaned up here. And it's the last one. Probably a good thing. It's pretty dried up. I just want to get everything cleaned up before we go on. Because you don't want ink on anything. No sharing the ink. There we go. And white ink on that one. Whoever says they can craft without making a mess, totally lying. All right, that is the areas kind of cleaned up here. Still got little pieces everywhere, and I don't want those reactivated on anything. All right. I do, however, need to shut my wipes up because that, no more drying those. I think the last 2 packages, I'm down to about the last 4th or 8th, and I've just like accidentally left it open. It's totally dried up. So I think these 2 can go away. We're gonna do sweet on here, and I'm taking it from another transfer. Actually, last year, this was called Life is Sweet, I think. Yep, Life is Sweet. This was last year's transfer. Oh, 2023. So it's been a little bit. I think maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't know. I'm just going to use the sweet part. I'm not going to use the Life is Sweet. But I like the idea of it. And I might just lay this down right here. I'm thinking all blue. What do you guys think? Blue? What would you do? I'm going to need it there just to see it. Okay, we're just going to do sweet. Oh, no, it's kind of big. I've got another transfer that says Life is Sweet. I'm just trying to do this so that it kind of goes over this. Doesn't go over, but it goes kind of centered, I think, between these 2 cones. The S goes up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to use, and this is a great way, like I'm showing you, like the prior times that I've used this, I've actually used it with chalk. So now we get to use it with paste too. There's so many uses. And I'm just going to use the mini squeegee again with the, what was it, Brilliant Blue. How far are we? It's confusing, like where are the other popsicles? So you could use this one too to make your red, white, and blue. If you happen to have an older one, you can use either one, but I kind of like the, you know, just trying to use the new Tiffany one. They're a little bit different size. They were just popsicles before. They didn't have ice cream cones. So I like the fact that we can put ice cream on it. Who doesn't love ice cream? Get this shut here. Get the blue off my fingers. And let's take a look and see how we did. I suppose I could have done the words in red, white, and blue, but I just did blue. It's easier. Is that cute? So there, we did a cute 4th of July t-shirt for my granddaughter. How cute. I think I'm like the best grandma ever. Isn't that the sweetest? So cute. Sweet, sweet. You could do it however you want. You could do whatever colors you want. You could do, I know that pink is her favorite color so right now, so that's what we'll do. And I'm going to actually take this out, this mat, and you'll see the reason you want to have one of our sticky mats in there is because it does go through. And this one's a brand new one, so it is sticking hard. Sticking really hard. And I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to quickly use a wipe on it to kind of get as much, oops, and guys, I am smearing and making messes today. That is for sure. I just got a little bit of that blue from the sweet mixed up on the side. So I am just gonna quickly hit it with some water and then wipe, wipe, wipe and get it off. Hopefully I can get it off. I'm batting 1,000 with that today. So all we want to do here is just lightly, you don't want to go too hard because there is a sticky back on here. You don't want to get rid of the stickiness. These wipes have no chemicals in them, so not using any sort of chemical. I wouldn't use a Lysol wipe on this. That would not be, I don't know. I guess some people do. And it's super, super sticky. So then you want to take your pieces that came with it, put it back on there. So you can preserve that, put it back in the packaging so it stays sticky. And there we go. We are ready to go. All right, that is it. Isn't that the sweetest little t-shirt for 4th of July? Hopefully I got that on there. Kind of straight. We'll see. I maybe smeared a little bit of ink. Maybe not a good time to make a piece for somebody that's pre-done. So I don't know. We'll have to see if I can make this. Somebody is asking for a custom-made t-shirt, so we'll see. I prefer to just make them and then like put it out there for sale is kind of what I prefer. So, but you know, we'll see if I can do it. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you are having a very blessed day, and make sure you go check out the other summer. I've done some barbecue things. I've done some outdoor, you know, lots of summer ideas out there on my channel, Prairie Scraps. I'm Dory, and I'm here in Idaho. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure you keep on crafting.